with Raquel. I'm Raquel Carr, a leadership strategist and a financial growth coach. I want to talk to you today about your relationship with money. As always, have your pad and your pen so that you can write down and answer the questions that I'm going to give you, okay? So today we're going to jump right into it, and what I want to discuss today, I want to get very personal. What is your relationship with money? That's today's topic. And I want you to ask yourself, or if you could allow me to ask you, what is your earliest memory of money? What was that moment like? Was it a good moment? Was it a bad moment? How do you feel? If you close your eyes and you think about your very earliest moment with money, how does that moment make you feel? I want to tell you really quickly about my earliest moment with money. It was when my dad used to play at the racetrack, and he used to bet on the horses. And one day he had a horse and he just knew was going to win. He said, I'm going to the racetrack. I got this horse. And he went to the racetrack and he won. And he came home with stacks of money. I think it was like $10,000. And back then I thought that was pretty phenomenal. And I just remember having this warm, overjoyed feeling about money. And wow, how quickly and how happy he was. And everybody was happy. My mom was happy. And they were looking at the stacks. And I thought, this is great. What I learned about that moment is my father had a relationship with money that was very different than my mother's. My father's relationship with money, and I'm going to get into my top 10, but he's at my number one list just because that's how I was introduced to money, so that's how I remember it. Now, this is my top 10 list for relationships with money. And you might have a different relationship, and feel free to share it, but this is Raquel's top 10 list of relationships with money. And my father's was the mistress money. That money to come and as quickly as it come, it leaves, but it leaves you feeling good. That was my father's relationship. And I want to ask you, if you find yourself anywhere in this top 10, please write that down and write down why. Just dig deep and ask yourself why. As a leader, we're often asked to have good stewardship over someone else's money, but we also need to be good stewards over our money. Understanding what your relationship is with money will help you understand why you manage money the way that you do. So let's just jump right into Raquel's top 10 relationship titles for money. The number one is mistress. She comes in the middle of the night, but she leaves just as quickly as she comes, but she leaves you feeling good, but you don't have anything to show for it once she's gone. My number two is arm candy. Now, arm candy looks good on the outside, right? You show up with it. You have your trinkets. You have your nice shiny car. You have your designer bag or whatever it is that you spend money on, whether it's trinkets, motorcycles, whatever those things are. But you don't have anything in it. You don't have anything in the bank. When you come home, you still trying to figure out how to pay your bills. That's that arm candy money. That 80-20 rule. Well, arm candy is 20-80. You got 20%. But, you don't have the 80%. You don't have that security. You don't have the stability, that depth. My third title for your relationship with money is that cleanup woman or the handyman. And a cleanup woman and handyman, they come in and do what you need them to do. The handyman come and fix things. So it's usually, those payday loans. Or that relationship feels good at the time, but you're left with the consequences. You usually have to do something to repair. And usually that's when you're borrowing money. You're always spending someone else's money. You're never, at the point where you need to be. You employ these secondary resources that aren't real resources. Can never have any depth. It can never give you what you actually need. It's only going to fix a particular problem at a particular point. That's that cleanup woman or that handyman money. The other type I want to talk about, number 4, this is that dysfunctional relationship. That dysfunctional relationship. You don't know if the money's coming, if it's going, where it's at. You have no clue. You don't know what your credit score is. You don't know how much money you're spending in your credit cards. You don't know how much you're going to get. You may know how much you're going to get, but then stuff just pop up and you have no clear plan on how to solve it. Your money is just funny. Very funny money, very dysfunctional relationship you have with it. You don't have a command over it. You haven't taken authority over your funds. You don't know where it's going, when it's coming, how you're going to make ends meet. You haven't told it where it needs to go. You haven't set expectations and boundaries. That's that dysfunctional relationship. The next type of relationship I want to talk about, number 5, is that love-hate relationship. When you have that love-hate relationship, I love you one minute, I hate you the next. Secretly, you really want money. Secretly, you have these dreams and you really want to do a whole bunch of other things, but you don't want to make it known. You don't want anybody to know because you think that you're holier, maybe, or you think that it's more humble to say that you don't want money. So when people offer you, do something for me, oh no, I don't need that. Or somebody compliments something you have that's really nice, oh, this old thing, or I didn't spend that much for, oh, this only cost this. You get joy out of talking about what you didn't spend or what you don't have, but secretly you want to have money. That's that love-hate relationship, where you don't really want to admit that you really do want money. You really do want nice things. You really do want to be able to give and be able to do things at a large scale. If you're afraid of money or you have a fear of it, you're not going to be able to attract it. So this concludes the first half of What is Your Relationship with Money? Click the link below and you'll be able to find the link to part 2. Until next time, thank you for leading with Rakael. And as always, subscribe or forward it to someone that you think might need to know what their relationship is with money. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.